Guys, hope everybody is doing great. This is CA Yashaswini Srinivas. So welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I will be sharing strategies related to my CA final DT and IDT exams. Coming to direct tax, I actually given my November 24 attempt group 1 and I was left with the coaching of DT. I've done a coaching for IDT a long way before, before 1 year, and but the coaching for DT was pending. My after completion of my articleship in Jan 25, I soon started coaching of DT, and within 1 month I completed DT. What I did is during classes, what I have done is whenever I have taken the classes of CA Bavar Barona sir. While doing classes, I used to do whatever the guidelines that sir used to provide. I used to do very consistently and very strictly. I was very disciplined for this matter. What I used to do is I used to always revise in before seeing another class of DT, and also I used to make sure whatever the problems that sir is giving for us to do in home as a homework, I used to also do very strictly, and this I pretty much done for the first 20 chapters in the compact. And majorly for you guys, if I have to say in DT, DT is a very vast subject, and ideally you can't complete all the chapters in the syllabus. It is always better to prioritize the chapters. If you're very much okay and DT is your favorite subject, or very much okay reading all those syllabus and still remember everything that you've read, then definitely I don't suggest you to prioritize the important chapter. But you're a person like me who likes DT but also feels difficulty in remembering everything and feels DT is a very vast, then you have to prioritize the important chapter. Again, prioritizing means you should do whatever the content that you're doing it very fully and not leaving anything in that chapter. And especially I think in the compact roughly we had 40 chapters, and in that I pretty much done 34 chapters and I had taken choice of 6 chapters. Again, PGBP is a first question 14 marks. Again, that's a very important chapter. And doing NR taxation, transfer pricing, and all these chapters are very important. So make sure to prioritize based on the weightage of marks that is given by ICAI. Make sure to do PGBP chapter very well, because as you all know, PGBP chapter that contains 14 marks of weightage, and that too it comes in a compulsory question, and sometimes it might be more than 14 marks in the exams, who knows. So make sure that you're doing PGBP very well. And also this thing that you have to do is writing important and difficult different adjustments in a sheet. What I did is I used to solve the problems whenever I feel that this adjustment is giving me a headache or it's very tricky. I used to write down in a separate sheet so that I used to see it in an alternative days or every day, so that you don't make the same mistake. And also writing mistakes, this is very important. Not only in tax, it's important in every subject. Whenever you are preparing anything, any exams, it's better when doing mistakes, it's better to write it down and see it again and again, so that you make sure that you're not repeating it again. So adjustments, difficult adjustment, different adjustments, tricky adjustment, make sure that you write in a paper and see it every day or every alternative day. This strategy works wonders, especially for direct tax. And in direct tax, what I did is I used to revise it a lot. Though it's a practical subject, I feel it like a theory, because at the end, if you don't remember the provisions, you can't solve a problem. So it's all about the provisions and tax laws. So I used to make sure that theory, whatever I read, is pretty much in my mind. So revision again plays a very important role. Make sure that you are very much comfortable in this 115 BAC, BAD, that all those 115 series, because that's kind of quite confusing for me. That's what I felt. It's better to write those things in one sheet, so that you could easily differentiate each other. Making sure that you practice RTPs, MTPs, and past papers. This pretty much I've said in every video, and I'm again saying it. So better to doing all those past papers, MTPs and RTPs, so that will be our mind will set with the questions that will be asked in the exams. Time permits, I would suggest this day of the exam or a day before the exam, whatever the things that you have left, whatever the 3-4 chapters that you have left in DT, you can also refer to a revision lecture, so that you will be having a brief idea about that that chapter, so that it will be helpful in solving the MCQs. That's how I did in May 25. Whatever the chapters that pretty much 1-2 chapters I referred to a revision lecture, which had made me to get some 2 to 4 marks in MCQs. So I would suggest you guys to do the same if the time permits. It's very rare that time permits, since I used to travel 2.5 hours for the exam center. I did this kind of watching the revision lectures in the traveling time. Coming to indirect tax, I have taken the coaching of CA Nitin sir from JK Shah classes, and this indirect tax coaching I've done way before, like 1.5 year before, and pretty much I've forgot all the concepts in that. So what I did is I started with the revision lectures of the same faculty, and again DT IDT also is a kind of theory subject. It's about provisions and laws, so I used to make sure to do a proper revisions of whatever the content or topics that I'm reading every day. And I pretty much did 3 revisions before the exams for the both DT as well as IDT, and revisions plays a very important role during the entire subject. Revision plays a very important role. And also I would suggest you guys to give marks of all the subjects, though I had not had any time to give marks, but make sure that you guys will give mark this time, because mock test papers is kind of a pre-exam, so that you will get to know what are the mistakes that you're doing in every subject, and you can note it down and not to do it in exam. And also you can plan the time where you are making mistakes, and which question is consuming most of the time, and all those things you can plan for the exams. So mock test papers really helps you a lot. If you ask me that will I suggest about CA test series or all those things, I haven't done. If you have time, then definitely doing CA test series definitely is helpful, because you'll be giving tests very consistently, and you'll be following a timetable, and there will be a discipline. I would suggest to give a test series, but I will not say give the test series mandatorily, but I would say give the mock papers mandatorily. There'll be 2 mock papers that they release for every attempt, but I would suggest you guys to give both. But if time is short, then definitely try giving at least 1 mark, so that you'll be having a rough idea about how the exams are. And coming to IDT again, so I have referred the revision lectures, and I pretty much comfortable with this subject. I don't know, probably I was also working on this in my office, and I had the rough idea about those amendments and everything. A kind of IDT always felt is like my favorite subject, and CA Nitin sir's classes were also very good, and his notes especially helped me, because since I've taken the coaching before 1 year, I kind of pretty much forgot all the things, but still the notes that he gave helped me a lot. I have taken a virtual mode through JK Shah website, and yeah, that's pretty much, his notes is really good. For CA Inter, I have taken his offline coaching. So I had the knowledge about how his classes will be. So I have taken the same faculty's class for the CA final also. In both direct tax and indirect tax, making you keep updated with amendments plays a very important role. If you have to see the May 25 IDT paper, it's around 25 to 30 marks that we have got from the amendments. So make sure that you are updated with the amendments for that particular attempt in the tax especially. I would suggest to do in IDT to do the entire syllabus. And one more thing that I forgot to say, which is very important, to do ICAI module questions, because definitely this works. You will thank me later. Do ICAI module questions and RTPs, MTPs and past papers. That's totally fine. Not doing any coaching is also fine, but doing ICAI model questions for every subject does make a big difference in exams. So make sure that you don't forget to do ICAI model questions. This is it about the video. Meet you guys in my next video.